Did you guys know that kids who read books have a bigger vocabulary?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Jinx. Did you guys know that friendly children have more friends?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's true. I knew that. Did you guys know that winter babies are better at music?
Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
So obvious.
Oh, hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Huh. I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure I knew that.
I'm pretty sure you didn't.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
All right, let's see, it's 7:32. It is, let's see what the temperature is real quickly. It is 74 degrees. Temperature's climbing to 96 today, and looks like a pretty nice day. 20% chance of rain, clear skies otherwise. That rain most likely in the form of a passing afternoon thunderstorm. Lows tonight around 71. Tomorrow, pretty much the same thing. Sunday looks like we've got a better chance for rain, 60% chance. All right, this whole week has been, the news has been dominated with the Republican convention, and next week it'll be dominated by the Democratic convention. Hillary Clinton is coming to Florida. I believe she's coming today, and she'll be in Tampa, or maybe she arrived yesterday, and then she'll be in Tampa this afternoon, right?
Yes.
So if you want to go to the Hillary Clinton presidential campaign rally this afternoon, it'll be at 4:30 at the Florida State Fairgrounds Entertainment Hall, which is at 4800 U.S. Highway 301. I don't know the details about what you need to do to go there, but Bob Buckhorn might know. Mayor Bob Buckhorn is on the phone. He's the mayor of Tampa. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Larry. How are you guys?
I'm pretty good.
With you.
Exciting time for you today. I mean, you've got the presidential candidate coming in.
We do. As we all know, the presidential elections run through the I-4 corridor, so it's not unusual this time of year to get a lot of visits from both sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
And certainly today is a big day for Secretary Clinton.
Yeah, absolutely. And is there anything are we allowed to go, or is this a done deal? If you're going, you're going.
Well, certainly I know that I'm going.
Yeah, you know.
But I think there are ways that everyday folks can have an opportunity to be in the hall. I think you probably have to go online at the Clinton campaign to register, and then they'll probably send you whatever appropriate information is necessary.
Okay. How exciting is it for you as a mayor and for the city at large?
You know, Larry, it's a lot of fun, first and foremost, and anytime Tampa or the I-4 corridor gets mentioned in the international media, that's a good thing for all of us. I mean, that brings more exposure. It gets to showcase Tampa, if you will, every time they flash those pictures. Yeah. So for us, you know, it's a busy year. Certainly, it's an interesting year. I don't think we've ever seen a presidential election quite like this, and we're excited to host either one of them. But obviously, I am a little partial to Secretary Clinton.
Okay. And do you have to do anything different as far as police or road routing of the roads or anything like that?
Well, obviously there are security issues that we would deal with for either one of the candidates. Fortunately, as you well know, we are pretty adept at this, having hosted 4 Super Bowls, having hosted the Republican National Convention 4 years ago, having hosted Bollywood Awards, the College Football National Championship.
Bollywood.
Next year.
Oh, now that's cool.
I'm a fan of Bollywood.
Yeah.
I don't understand what they're saying, but I love it.
I didn't either, but I certainly learned. It was a fascinating opportunity for the world to see Tampa. I mean, just as a side, 120 million people watch the Super Bowl around the globe every year. 800 million people watch the Bollywood Awards, and they got to see Tampa.
Isn't that something? Wow. Do you get starstruck yourself? Are you starstruck by meeting people like Hillary Clinton?
No, I've been around for a while, so I'm not particularly starstruck. My 10-year-old daughter keeps me in check, so my ego does not get out of control.
Okay.
But anytime you're around somebody who's obviously a candidate for president of the United States, it's impressive.
It's exciting, and then of course all the bad people in the world have to keep you on your toes, and it's got to be nerve-wracking. So this is a whole week event, pretty much. I'm guessing. Am I right?
Well, certainly the event today in Tampa for Secretary Clinton, and then delegates will go to Philadelphia on
Sunday. Oh, that's
Sunday.
right. What am I thinking? Yeah, okay, You're not hosting the convention. You're just hosting this one event.
Do you have any...
I did that 4 years ago, and I'm one and done. I'm happy. And we still hold the standard, Robin. In Tampa 4 years ago, unlike Minneapolis, St. Paul 4 years before that, where you had 800 arrests and millions of dollars in property damage, we had 2 arrests and 0 property damage.
Good
Oh,
for you.
that is amazing.
Well, good for the
Amazing.
Tampa citizens. A little bit more civilized, maybe, than those Pennsylvania kids.
Do you have any of the huge points that Hillary is going to be addressing?
No, there is speculation that she might announce her vice presidential candidate in Florida. Certainly, Tampa is the biggest media market in the state, and so this would be a great place. I would love to see it. There's a lot of speculation about who it may be, but I know many of them, not all of them, and any one of them would be a good choice. And I can promise you, her process will be a lot cleaner than the process that we just saw on the other side.
That's funny. So, do you have any aspirations yourself to leave Tampa and ever maybe go to the national level or to the state level?
Larry, I love what I do. I think I got the best job in America as a big city mayor. The Tampa story over the last 5 years as we've emerged out of the recession is a pretty compelling story.
Yeah.
I am term limited out in the spring of 19. So, we're going to look at our options, but I can tell you this. If I didn't have term limits, I would stay mayor for as long as the people of Tampa would have me. I love what I do. And when you're a mayor, unlike the legislative branch of the government where you just talk about things, when you're a mayor, you actually get to do things, and you can shape a city and leave a city better than it was given to you.
And the people that live in Tampa, you have a multicultural community, so you have to balance the people that actually live and work there and the influx of tourists that come in, too, to enjoy the city on a temporary basis.
Absolutely, and the doubling of the population that occurs every day as people come in from the suburbs to work in downtown Tampa. Tampa is an amazingly diverse community. I think we're leading Florida out of this recession. 3 out of the last 5 years, the Tampa Bay area has created more jobs than any place else in the state of Florida, and so we're on our way back. And it's an exciting time for us.
Robert's daughter lives in Tampa.
Yes.
When I was a younger man, I used to record music in a studio down in Tampa,
Okay.
which was the home of the Bellamy Brothers at that time. And Jim Stafford. You're probably too young to remember any of that stuff. But so anyway, the event today is at 4:30 at the Florida State Fairgrounds Entertainment Hall.
Right.
And if I could mention this one too, if you missed this one or you just can't get to it, you can go to the one in Miami tomorrow, right? Tomorrow.
Correct. Yes,
Yeah.
and there's one. She's starting out the day in Orlando with a roundtable with Mayor Buddy Dyer. So for our friends in Ocala who are halfway between, you could pick your opportunity to see the motorcade, or maybe if you're lucky, get a chance to actually see her.
Yeah.
Will you be one of the guest speakers?
I believe so. I believe I am welcoming the crowd and Secretary Clinton to Tampa. Obviously, I'll be there to greet her when she comes to the event, and so I have a long relationship with the Clintons going back to '92. So it's always good to see them, and particularly if Tampa is the place where she announces her VP candidate.
Yeah. Just be careful what speech you read. You got to be careful with that whole speech.
Yeah, don't worry. No one's written this for me, and as best I can tell, I haven't lifted anyone else's speeches.
Well, Mayor Bob Buckhorn, thank you so much for being on the air with us. That was a fun interview. Is there anything you want to say? I know we kind of asked a bunch of dopey questions. Was there anything you want to say to promote Hillary Clinton or anything?
Well, obviously, I'm a big Clinton supporter. After watching what occurred this past week, which looked like a dysfunctional family reunion, I'm even more committed to making sure that she gets elected. It will be a competitive race. Florida is always ground zero, but I think if you look at an America that you'd be proud to turn over to your kids, she is the most credible candidate and the most prepared candidate.
The one thing I always say every morning is that I would rather have these kinds of conversations than talking about shootings and terrorist acts and things like that. It's almost like a sporting event, listening to the two political parties talking about each other.
Well, the discourse in America, Larry, has fallen, and I think it is demeaning. And there are perpetrators on both sides of the aisle. I think it is demeaning to the office, and it does not do us as a country any good. The politics of personal destruction, and I would hope that folks would elevate that discussion.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the people who show up outside of the conventions do a disservice to the party they are supposedly representing. I mean, what was the story? There was a burning of a flag outside the Republican convention, and they said that was a Democratic lady. Well, that was one lady. She doesn't represent the Democrat Party.
Mm-hmm. No, she doesn't.
You know, and you
guys know this. It's the extremes that tend to define the parties, but most of us as Americans are a little bit center right or a little bit center left.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, we did a test. We had this test from votesmart.org or whatever it's called, and it was a blind test. We just answered the questions, and then we held it up against the candidates to see how we agreed or disagreed. And it's amazing how much we agree with candidates we don't think we would support. When you look at it that way, and so that's a great way. My question to myself is this: which one of them would vote for me? Because that'll tell me which one I should vote for.
Right.
You know?
That may be a lonely constituency, Larry.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's why I don't run for anything. Fun interview, huh?
Very fun.
This is the most fun political interview I think we've ever done. Yeah.
Well, you really run a good city, sir, because Tampa is a beautiful place to visit, and you've got everything down there.
You just do something about that traffic around the airport. That is just the...
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't agree more, Larry. And Robin, thank you, and tell your daughter that I'm proud to be her mayor, and thank you for hiring me.
I will.
She works at a veterinary clinic. Do you know it? It's called Blue Pearl. Blue Pearl. Do you know that?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I know the two brothers that own it.
Okay.
Oh, nice. I'll tell her that.
Mayor Bob Buckhorn, what an honor. Thank you so much for being on the show today. Have fun and be careful today.
I will, and anytime you want me back, I'm happy to do it.
All right, that was fun.
Thank you.
All right, we will take a little break. We'll be right back.
Want to learn more about your furnace or air conditioner? Tune in this Saturday for free tips and expert advice on how to get the most out of your heating and air conditioning system. Or get a free AC rejuvenation by being the first person to go to cleanmyac.com. That's cleanmyac.com. Saturday, free tips and expert advice how to get the most out of your heating and air conditioning system. Or get a free AC rejuvenation by being the first person to go to cleanmyac.com. That's cleanmyac.com.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Say boating is no accident. We'll have a thunderstorm, especially inland this afternoon. Otherwise, partly sunny, high of 90 to 95. Clear tonight, a low 71 to 76. Tomorrow is Sunday, sunny to partly cloudy with a couple thunderstorms, especially inland. Highs between 90 to 95 both days. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
Hi, my name is Erica Olstein. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and oriental medicine. So, you used to be wired, now you're just tired. You used to be thin, but now you're the heaviest you've ever been. You don't necessarily always have to take a med if your thyroid is playing dead. If you have a thyroid disorder, an acupuncture visit may be in order. Come visit me, your primary care physician, Erica Olstein, at A Better You Healthcare. Call me at 352-615-5566.
The government is out of control. I'm Don Browning, candidate for County Commission, District 3. As a successful Republican businessman and U.S. Navy veteran, I want to bring back the principles which built this great country. We need to put common sense back into the County Commission. Visit VoteDonBrowning.com to see what I stand for. With your help, your vote, we can work together to put control back in the hands of the citizens.
Paid for by the Don Browning, candidate for County Commissioner, District 3 Campaign Fund. Have you heard of Hyperdirectory? When looking for local businesses, go to hyper.directory. No need for www, no need for .com, just hyper.directory. Connecting customers to local companies when it matters most. Hyperdirectory is your local business directory partnered with the Ocala Chamber and Economic Partnership to bring you trusted local businesses. Keeping Ocala local. Use hyper.directory. No www, not even .com, just hyper.directory. Connecting customers to businesses when it matters most.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
What if a hiring manager asks questions they're not supposed to? Politely say, I prefer not to discuss my religion or my marital status or whatever it is, but I promise it won't interfere with my ability to do the job. Ladies, if you're trying to make a good impression on a man, listen up. Don't worry about small flaws in your appearance, because chances are he won't notice. It's not the cooking that makes the fish stink. It's what happens to the fish before it hits the flame.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
WOCA.
All right, it's 14 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. It's a nice looking Friday. It's Friday, Robin.
Yes, it is.
Oh, man, that's good news, isn't it? Just good news it's Friday.
Yeah.
All right. Is there Stuff the Bus tomorrow, right?
Yes, there is.
So if you could do that, please. We have a Stuff the Bus event, which is a wonderful way for you as a citizen to make a difference in the life of a child. Oh, you don't want to do it? Life of a child going to school who doesn't have perhaps the financial support that some other children have.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, Stuff the Bus helps out children like that. They've been doing it for 15 years now. And we always thank the folks who got this thing going. Suzanne McGuire, correct? Did I say her name right?
Yep.
The Marion County Public Schools and the local military organizations, they're the ones who are to be thanked for this. To date, the campaign has collected about $475,000 in donations and merchandise. And tomorrow, there's an event that is Zumba.
Yes.
And you can participate in Zumba for $10, and the money goes to the children. And this will be at the Ward Highlands Elementary School at 537 Southeast 36th Avenue here in Ocala. And then next week, the bus will be at the Walmart in Silver Spring Shores.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a website so people can look at this list themselves?
I don't know if there is or not.
If you want to help, you can call the Homeless Children's Program at 352-671-6847, and they can tell you how you can help. You don't have to go to the bus. It's just part of the way of creating a campaign. It's a very, very, very successful, very useful campaign. I mean, if you can imagine a child going to school and not having anything, not even good shoes, this helps them start on the right foot.
And we did post the list of what the needed items are on our Facebook page. So we have posted that. Ocala Fire Rescue Stations, beginning this past Wednesday, the 20th of July, they're serving as a donation site for Stuff the Bus. So if you can't get to the bus on the certain days, which the bus will be here on August the 6th at the Paddock Mall, any day you want to go and drop off something for the students, you can go to any Ocala Fire Rescue Station in Ocala, and they'll take your donations.
All right, let's get to the real news now. The heavy news.
Okay.
The important stuff.
Okay.
McDonald's has a new item on the menu.
Oh, okay. I'm ready.
It's called Gilroy Garlic Fries.
Okay, what is that?
Gilroy Garlic Fries.
Gilroy was here. No, Kilroy
are
was here.
tossed in a puree mix of garlic, olive oil, Parmesan cheese, parsley, and salt.
Mm-hmm.
The new offering sold out within the first 2 weeks of their initial promotion in San Francisco, causing a shortage back in early May.
Potato shortage. No more potatoes. Can't have any fries. They're
there you
done.
go.
They're on the black market
that's what
list.
you're going to look for. Gilroy Garlic Fries. They will be rolling out into more stores, restaurants. I call them restaurants. I call them stores.
No, I call them restaurants.
More McDonald's restaurants across the nation. Right now, they're in 240 of them. Find one near you. Find one near you.
We'll have to drive around town, look at the marquee, and see if they're up there.
After 4 days in the national spotlight, life returns to normal today in Cleveland, and Donald Trump, the official Republican nominee, is moving onto the campaign trail. The Republican convention had its share of ups and downs, but the protests outside remained relatively peaceful, and the divisions within more or less contained. Some of the protests outside, as I mentioned to Mayor Buckhorn just a little while ago, they did not represent the Democratic Party. I mean, they were just nasty. I don't need to tell you all of them, but people do not. They think they're representing something, and let's hope that the exact opposite doesn't happen next week when the Democratic convention is going on. Let's hope we don't have some nutcases who say they represent the Republican Party.
Yes, for sure.
But This week, we saw a bunch of nutcases that said they represented the Democratic Party, but I don't believe they do.
No, I just think people just come out of the woodwork. They probably don't even vote.
Yeah, I know.
You know, that's the disgusting part.
This is gross. All right, as Baton Rouge continues to mourn the loss of 3 law enforcement officers, the funeral for a city police department officer, Matthew Gerald, 41 years old, will take place this morning. Gerald died after Gavin Long, who was 29 years old, ambushed police last Sunday, killing 3 other officers and wounding 3 more. The shooting came just 10 days after a sniper killed 5 Dallas police officers. I know you know all of these things, but today is the funeral for Matthew Gerald, which is why it's in the news.
That's so sad.
Let's see. Look out, world. There's only 1 year left of toddlerhood for Prince George.
Oh, my.
And if the parenting blogs are to be believed, it's going to be a doozy. Today, Prince George becomes a 3-nager. He's 3 years old today, which could mean an attitude for miles and a stubborn streak, according to Kristen Hewitt, author of the mommiesinsports.com blog. But it also means Prince William and Duchess Kate are beginning to prepare George for a... Do they not realize we don't care about this?
Some people do.
You do?
Yeah. Some people do.
A baby is 3 years old.
Yeah.
And it makes the news.
I know. Well, they're really attacking the parenting skills, I think, because if they say he's going to be, bratty and stuff, then that means the parents aren't doing a good job raising him. When you got bratty kids, you have bad parents. So.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's in the news.
I mean, he's 3. How bratty can he be?
It doesn't matter. How does it make the news? Because he's royalty.
Exactly.
What has royalty done for anybody?
Yeah.
Lately.
Yeah. They're just mysterious.
What did they actually do? I mean, Princess Diana was doing stuff. She was trying to make awareness of the mines, the landmines that were wounding children.
Oh, yeah, and she would go visit with Mother Teresa and the lepers.
I know. Somebody's going to call and tell me all the good things they're doing. I don't know. They're probably doing good things.
But you have good points, though. He's 3.
But the point is, there are people doing good things all the time. This is what gets to me. You're royal, or you're rich, or you're famous, and you do a nice little thing, and everybody says, oh, look at that nice thing, right?
Yes, exactly.
I guess the opposite is true, too. If you do something bad, look at a bad thing.
Right, exactly.
If I do something bad, who cares?
But your point, if you're an ordinary person and you're doing good things and you're, doing good things, you don't get noticed or recognized.
Do you think when you die and you go to heaven, God's going to say, gosh, you're so ordinary?
No.
Just get in here.
No.
Just move over.
Everybody's special to God.
Everybody's special. So we're all treated like royalty, or is royalty treated like us? Like, do they go there and they have to face, get in here?
Oh, that's a good question.
Larry?
I love that perspective.
Larry, you count your blessings with letting you in here. Prince Charles, get in. Come on. Don't pull that royal card on me.
Oh, isn't that going to be fascinating when we...
Yeah, that's going to be fascinating.
Wonder if we can have conversations like that and stuff.
I hope so. If you got so many questions.
Yeah. It'd be boring if we couldn't chat.
The NBA is making another push into live streaming, this time on Facebook, with a series of pre-Olympics exhibition games beginning today. The league will be streaming the 9 USA basketball games, 5 from the men's team and 4 from the women's, as the teams prepare for the Olympics. It starts today at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Aren't they still covered on some television stations?
You would think so.
I mean, to me,
you would
that's
think we got
live.
hundreds of TV stations available. You think one of them would be carrying this?
Yeah, exactly.
But no, we're going to stream it on our phones.
Gosh, no wonder people aren't conversational anymore, hardly.
Oh, here's another royal story.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is even worse.
Okay.
A wide selection of dresses worn by Queen Elizabeth II since her childhood days will be on display at Buckingham Palace this summer.
Oh.
Palace officials said today that the show will be open to people who visit the summer opening of the staterooms at the palace in central London.
Oh, wow.
The unprecedented display to mark her 90th birthday will include the wedding dress worn by the Queen when she married Prince Philip in 1947 and the dress she wore to her coronation.
Oh, God.
The display will also include a black silk velvet dress she wore to a 1956 film premiere where she met Marilyn Monroe. And many of the Queen's distinctive hats.
Oh, I love her hat. She's cool. Yeah, but that's pretty cool.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You think people like this kind of thing?
Yeah, well, Princess Diana, they had an exhibition of Princess Diana's dresses at the Appleton like about 4 years ago.
That's right.
My mom and I went, and you had a docent tour.
It was fun?
It was very fun.
enjoyed it?
It was very enjoyable to see all the elegance, in my opinion.
I want to announce that tomorrow, about 9 o'clock, I'm going to have my front door open. And I will probably be airing out the place. But if you want to come in, I've got clothing hanging up in my closet that I've had for years. I can show you each article and even tell you where I wore that.
Are you charging?
No, of course not.
Buckingham Palace is probably charging.
Well, see, that makes me better than them.
We have snacks and beverages, tea or something.
Brazil.
Yes.
Police arrested 10 people in a suspected Olympics terror attack plot. Oh, yeah, they've got their hands full.
They sure.
Federal police in Brazil have ordered the detention of 12 people who allegedly pledged allegiance to the Islamic State group via social media. Justice Minister Alexander de Moraes told journalists in Brazil yesterday that 10 had been arrested and 2 more are being looked for.
Oh, gosh.
Well, thank you, social media, for giving people a place to pledge their allegiance so we know we know where to find them. We know who they are.
Exactly. We know what they're going to do. So thank you very much. I appreciate that aspect of it, like you.
Let's see. Out of Paris, the truck driver who killed 84 people in Nice apparently had some accomplices and appears to have been plotting his attack for months. That according to a prosecutor in France yesterday.
Gosh. So they'll find him. Bad guys can't hide forever. They'll find him.
When we were talking to who's the herbal pharmacist again? What's his name?
David Foreman.
David Foreman. He told us about a product called Pycnogenol, which is like a pill. And it's now in the news being considered a superfood that combats diabetes and heart disease.
Wow.
Pycnogenol. I got mine. I bought it because he said it would help me with my leg problem that I was having, which is, thank you, doctors. It's getting better. Dr. Joviak and
Dr. Tish.
Dr. Tish and everybody. But anyway, so I was taking them for a while. I don't know what good it did. I mean, you don't know when you take vitamins, right?
Right.
But I ran out of them, so I guess I got to go get more. But they sell them here in that store in the mall.
Yeah, GNC, I think.
Elon Musk says the master plan for the future indicates that we will have solar-powered automated cars, buses, and trains. Doesn't say anything about airplanes. Tesla Motors CEO Elon Musk unveiled a grand plan for a solar-powered, more shareable, and primarily automated transportation system of the future, both for private vehicles and public transportation.
Wow.
It's called Master Plan Part 2.
Okay.
Part 2.
Wonder what happened to the...
Because we can say everything in English except for the word 2. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu.
I am with you. I will fight for you. And I will win for you.
Donald Trump accepting the GOP nomination for president last night. In his 1 hour, 15-minute long speech, Trump mentioning protecting the LGBTQ community and thanking evangelical Christians for their support. Rival Hillary Clinton reportedly closing in on a choice for a running mate.
Sources tell Fox News the finalists are Virginia Senator Tim Kaine, Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack, and New Jersey Senator Cory Booker. A decision on Clinton's VP could come as soon as today. Trump's campaign manager tells us that even though the Democratic convention is going to get a lot of press next week, Trump will continue